Hello everyone, this is gonna be an exciting video. This is the Google Pixel 9. Yes, we didn't get the 9 Pro or the 9 Pro XL, but that's okay. They're all using the Pixel, what's that called again? The Tensor G4 anyway. And today we're just gonna do a gaming test right here. Now, this phone is definitely not advertised to be a gaming phone. Even Google's own announcement or website didn't state anything about gaming at all, and that is because the Tensor G4 is made for a different purpose, which we will go through in our full review. If you want to watch that, the link is down in the description below. So we'll leave the box aside. One thing that I have to tell you guys, actually it's coming later. Hardware. So SoC Tensor G4, and then system, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna go through all this. The screen is at 2424 by 1080 pixels in resolution, 120Hz refresh rate, pretty typical overall. And then if we go to the memory, this is a bit funky. So this phone has 12 gigs of LPDDR5, not LPDDR5X RAM. So this is a tad bit slower than LPDDR5X. And it is also made by Samsung. No idea what die, but there it is. So you can see it is complaining that it is running out of space, and that is because our unit of the Pixel 9 here is only at 128 gigs of storage, which is definitely insufficient, but we'll have to make do with what we have. So that means I will have to skip a lot of games. I only have Genshin Impact, Genshin Impact, PUBG, Fortnite, Call of Duty, Wuthering Waves, COD Warzone, Zenless Zone Zero. Only these 7 games. Did I count that correctly? Yes, 7 games. And I will also show you what's happening here, because if we scroll down, I literally min-maxed to the point that it is using 100% of the available storage. We only have 102 megabytes left. Yeah, I literally had to go through this menu, clear a lot of app caches and whatnot just to free up a few tens of megabytes of space to make sure all of the games have been installed. I managed to do it, so a pat on the back for me. Oh my god, there's a new update. I might have to skip Fortnite altogether, or I should just skip COD Warzone. Clear storage. Goodbye. Now I can update Epic Games. So this is my first time using a Pixel device. Yes, it's the first ever Pixel phone that is launching officially in Malaysia after 8 long years. So I'm still trying to learn what features are available. If we swipe down, we do have this button here. If we press on it, we can actually do quite a lot of stuff. So let me just explore a bit. So this button here is to screenshot, not gonna use it. What is this? Recording shortcut, not gonna use this. FPS meter, very important. Then this is do not disturb. I will turn it on because why not? We don't have temperatures and whatnot, but that's fine. We do have our own thermal cam. So I'm gonna use highest possible graphical settings. You can see highest and 60. Visual effects, it is not at high, which is surprising, but I'll just stick to this preset because you can use this preset and get the same performance as I do. And it serves as a, I guess, a benchmark of some sorts. So if you're using the highest preset, yeah, you can compare the performance with this phone.
Another test subject.
Oh, frame rate is really struggling. We're dipping below 30 FPS quite consistently and quite drastically as well. I tried taco stat, it doesn't work, so we can't log anything. But let's go farm some domain. Should I go for domain or should I go for this? Let's go for half-half then. One thing I can say is that the speaker on this phone is surprisingly good. It feels very boomy type of speaker, not the typical whiny type of speaker that you find on phones. Like many other flagship smartphones, they don't sound good. This one sounds particularly good. But unfortunately, if I'm gonna play games, I'm gonna cover up the speaker at the bottom, which is unfortunate.
Strike a pose! One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
Cole, mine to command.
Let my name echo in song!
Settle down. Be sanctified.
Let's go for one more run. Loading time is definitely a bit slow.
Bow your head.
Shower me with them! Into the wind. Cloud time. The birds come.
Don't be scared.
Bro, waste of my time.
Silence. Let the mighty be humble.
Follow my street.
Ignorant as a foe.
Everyone hold hands.
Which must go on.
Propagate. Spring forth. Scatter. Allow me. Billowing circuit. Hold the line.
I can still.
Hey.
This phone is not a problem when it comes to 30 FPS. I've played this game with some other phone at 30 FPS, it's not a problem. The problem is it has a lot of micro stutters to the point that my inputs are not registered properly. That's what annoys me the most. And that is also what I realized immediately when I play this game on this phone. Because you can see when I start to use some skill, wow, the stuttering is quite intense.
Everyone hold hands. Allow me.
See the FPS slow down. Those stutters are intense. And imagine when we move on to version 5.0, I'm currently filming on Friday, what's the date again? 16th. Yes. When version 5.0 comes, remember this post here where they say they want to tune up the graphical quality of the game? That's gonna be more taxing. And I think this phone is gonna take a bigger hit in terms of performance, because as we know, when they upgrade the graphics, a lot of chipsets are going to be downgraded in terms of graphical fidelity. So yeah, given what we are seeing here, I think the Tensor G4, yeah, it might have a lot more issue compared to other chipsets. Maybe it can be improved with a firmware update, because when graphical drivers get better, it should also improve the performance. But if you're buying this phone on day one, then this is what you're gonna get. Yeah, let's beat this guy up before we take the temperature.
I see everything. All eyes on me.
Oh my god, why? So
Something on your mind again?
the screen is not really that hot, so the lowest part is gonna be 37.5-ish. If we move on higher, then the temperature is gonna get higher a bit, so highest is gonna be like 41 point something. If we just round it up to 42 degrees Celsius, then the chipset will be like 2 to 3 degrees higher, so about 45 at most, which is still rather low because if you remember our gaming test on the let's just say S24 Ultra or the S24 Plus, I think the S24 Plus will be a much more comparable phone to the Google Pixel 9. Actually, the S24 as well, that would be a better comparison to this phone. And those Samsung Galaxy S24 whatever series, they are having a thermal limit of 47 degrees Celsius. And you might wonder that 2 degrees Celsius is not gonna be that much, right? Actually, it does play a role in getting better frame rates for longer time. It will still eventually thermal throttle, but how it controls the performance to control the temperature also makes a lot of difference. I guess if we lower the graphical settings, it would be better, but then again, if you're paying this much price for this phone, then I don't think anyone would expect to play at like medium graphical settings to get 60 FPS, right? Maybe we'll try that, you know what? So you can see the Tensor G4, the medium graphical quality is the default, so we'll just use that. I have to restart the game, so give me a moment. So we're back, we restarted, we're at medium graphical settings at 60 FPS. So yeah, still doesn't seem like we're getting any better frame rates. It does still stutter here and there. Yeah. You know what? I don't think we're gonna continue on with this game. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so before we enter the game, head into settings menu. I don't think we're gonna go for everything highest. So let me just go for medium. I think that's much more reasonable.
Nothing beats caffeine on a lazy afternoon. Want some?
Oh my god. Again, a lot of micro stutters here and there, and that really takes me out of the experience. But I would say it's still a better experience than Genshin Impact. Yeah. I need to spend my battery anyway, so 2 more rounds it is.
Good girl. I'll be sure to hold you right here. Out the way. Hey, idiots, I'm here. At your service. 5 minutes of trouble. Is it too troublesome? Gotcha. Okay. Get
Okay, so after the first round, second round is a lot smoother. I think that it has already cached all of the stuff that it needs to load in the game. Why? Oh, it's the next day. So yeah, next up is gonna be PUBG. I'm gonna leave this here. PUBG shouldn't be much of an issue because this game is not, they always don't give us the options to use it in a higher graphical setting. So yeah, do we have high frame rate? I doubt, but we'll see. Here's the graphical settings available. So as you can see, smooth. Okay, we don't have anything higher than 60 FPS. If we go HDR, we still have extreme. If we go Ultra HDR, then we're stuck with this lower frame rate. I'm just gonna go for HDR extreme. And then these are all of the settings that we're gonna use. Anti-aliasing though, I'm just gonna turn it on to 4 times. Shadows enabled, of course. And auto graphical adjustment to disable. So let us just hop into a game right now. Yeah, so far so good in terms of frame rate. Again, PUBG Mobile is not a demanding game at all. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any issues for this phone for PUBG Mobile. But I'm still gonna play for a while. Don't have any gun, that's a problem. Yeah, PUBG Mobile 60 FPS, not gonna be an issue. Which goes to show how unoptimized this game is. I mean, it's just not demanding, and even at the highest graphical settings, we're still seeing a lot of graphical issues like texture popping in and whatnot. Those are game optimization issues. So I think it's time that we head on to the next game. Okay, so for COD Mobile, as you can see, it is very high in refresh rate already. How do I get this thing out? Okay, so if we see here, we can enable ultra frame rate, which is what is this again? 120 FPS for multiplayer mode. So we will use this, and all of the settings that I'm using is as shown on the screen here. So anti-aliasing on, real-time shadows on, realistic scope on. The most important setting is actually this one, super resolution. Turning on super resolution means that this game will be running on the phone's native resolution, which means much sharper images, and it is also gonna tax the performance even more. So I'm gonna head into a game.
Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint is ours. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint identified.
Frame rate is very good. Done. Oh, okay. So, performance for COD Mobile in multiplayer mode. Highest graphical settings possible with super resolution turned on. It can run at 120 FPS quite consistently, which is actually very good. So, no problems here. And I think one of the issues is that the GPU driver, or at least the game doesn't support the GPU that much, especially for games like Genshin Impact and ZZZ. We've seen such issue with the Exynos 2400. Yeah. Originally, when it was first launched, that GPU is strong enough to brute force through some of the issues, which is okay. But remember, for some games like Fortnite, even though it ran properly, the lighting issue is still very problematic. It eventually got fixed by the game optimizing for the GPU or the GPU optimizing for the game. Either way, it was fixed via updates later. So that might be the case for Genshin Impact and ZZZ. I can't confirm it, but if you're buying the device right now, you're gonna get some micro stutters here and there. So next up, we're gonna try, let's just go for Wuthering Waves. So we're in the game now. There was a tiny update just now. I have not launched the game for a very long time. As you can see here, I have a lot of stuff. Okay, they are quite generous in terms of giving stuff, I guess. Let me see the graphical settings, because I have tuned it to everything highest, which I think it won't run properly. This game is, I'm not sure if their optimization has been better or not, because I have heard that Kuro Games is actually doing quite a good job here. I will tune it down to medium, frame rate 60, and this is the most that I'm gonna do. Everything else I'm gonna leave it in graphical quality medium, resolution medium. So, I got level up for not doing anything. Okay. Let me go and, I don't know, let's go fight a boss, I guess. I might be rusty in this game. Actually, I was never good with this game to begin with, but I'll try my best to defeat the boss. Don't judge my gameplay.
Fury boils.
You're in. Here comes the more. This is so much fun.
Burn to ashes.
Leave it to me. Fruit of everything. Life is an Woolly's attack. Woolly's into Woolly's belly you go. You're in. Leave me alone. Here comes the blue. Fruit of everything.
Okay, that was fast. Actually, the game runs a lot better compared to Genshin at medium graphical settings. I think this game is just much better in terms of optimization. Why is it so loud? Okay, so with that defeated, let's go for another boss then. Okay. There's this thing here, Sea of Flames. Even the loading speed here is much faster compared to Genshin. But of course, we have two completely different games, so you can't really compare like this. I will also need to increase the graphical settings because as you can see, medium is actually running very fine on this phone here. I'm gonna change it to advanced 60. Yeah, this is gonna change a lot of things, but let's see how well the phone handles. So far,
Fully senses. Please behave. Oh my God. Fruit of
Fury boils.
Here we go again. What's the big idea? This is so much fun. You're in for it now. Here. Oopsie daisy. Leave it to me. The fruit of fast in the sunlight. Oh my God.
you know what? There's no micro starters on this game, which is a lot better in terms of experience compared to Genshin Impact, because if you don't have micro stutterings, then your experience is gonna be much more fluid. Even though the frame rate isn't consistent at 60, that's fine, because if it gradually drops and it doesn't micro stutter to the point that it suddenly drops to like 20 FPS and then spike back up to like 50 something FPS, it's not as jarring as just simply dropping the frame rate average. So, with that out of the way, I would actually say Pixel 9 quite playable if you want to just go on with Wuthering Waves. Again, Genshin Impact quite problematic. So do keep that in mind if you want to play Genshin Impact on this phone. Yeah, frame rate is definitely not consistent. Open world part, we're dropping like about 30 something, 40-ish FPS. But it doesn't have micro stutters. That's good, real good. In terms of experience, you don't have those jarring lags and whatnot. Device storage full. We'll have to uninstall one game, and that is going to be PUBG Mobile. Goodbye. So we finally got into Warzone. Here is what we have. The graphical setting is still very weird for this game. I remember they changed quite a lot of times, but we're just gonna go for higher graphical detail. Yeah, that's all that we have. I don't think we even have the frame rate rank FPS standard target. We can go for uncapped. Can we do that? So higher graphical setting, change to custom, then change this to uncapped. Okay, this is what we're gonna use for this game. So let's hop into a game and see how things go. This is more or less the same as COD Mobile, right? I think it is one of the same map as well. Yeah, exactly the same map. Or at least somehow modified. I can't see anything. So their uncapped frame rate is 60 FPS. Okay, I am fine with that. I'm very unfamiliar with this game's controls, so again, don't judge my gameplay. So far so good in terms of frame rate. Again, no micro stutters, so we are dealing with we are dealing with about 50-ish FPS, 40 something. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is so much more different compared to COD Mobile.
Hostile UAV active.
Okay, defeat.
Mission compromised.
If you're gonna play Warzone in this mode, it's actually okay. No sudden frame drops like what we had before. So that's good. We just skip to the next game here, which is Fortnite. That's the last game. Okay, so now we are in Fortnite. Actually, it's like an hour later because this game had a whole update. I had to pretty much re-download the entire game. But let's go for the maximum everything and see how things go. I need to enable that thing. Oh, this game isn't detected as a game, so we don't have that toolbar thing, but that's okay. We have show FPS in the game itself, so disable this. Everything at the maximum, at least that's the best that I can go for. Apply, and let's hop into a game. I'll go for the most basic battle royale because I don't know why they have so many modes in this game. It's like Roblox or something like that. Whoa. That graphical glitch, I think it's about the same problem like the Galaxy S24 series when it was first launched. Remember, lighting was a problem for that phone with the Exynos chipset. I think it's a similar case to this phone as well. So we have to find some houses with lighting. Not sure where I can find it, but we'll go around. By the way, yeah, it's downloading HD textures. It has been downloading for an hour. No idea what's happening, so I just don't care about it. I still don't know where's the FPS meter. Yeah, we're not getting anywhere near 60. We're getting like 30 something, 20 something, 30. Okay, it's not working well, even though it is downloading HD textures. Again, don't judge how I'm doing in this game because I literally have no idea what I'm doing. In terms of frame rate, it's about 30. We are doing it at the highest graphical settings. It says downloading HD textures again. It's been downloading for an hour, restarted a few times, no idea what's going on. So I just proceeded with the gaming test. because I can't wait for that long. It's been an hour and there's no progress. So far so good. We don't really have micro stutters like what we had in Genshin Impact. So frame rate isn't exactly the best. We're getting like 40 something in open areas like this. So yeah, it's a far cry from the 60 FPS, and if we have HD textures turned on, it would be lower FPS. So do keep that in mind. Now we don't even have HD textures. Loading distance is definitely not good. But I mean, so far it's been pretty okay in terms of the experience. The weird graphical glitches that we saw earlier, it's now gone. So no idea what's happening there. But so far, it's good, it's smooth. I still need to find some lighting though. Yeah, lighting is working fine here. So that's a good sign. Actually, the lighting in this game is not accurate at all, but it sells the effect. Yeah, when we're in this area here, we're getting like low 30s in terms of frame rate. Again, not the best, but it works. Doesn't have any micro stutters. Actually, I do have a bit more things to show you. So let me show you some screenshots. So I did install some other games as well. So this is War Thunder. As you can see, War Thunder, it ran fine before I hit the 128 gigs limit. And this game doesn't have the ray tracing option for this phone. Not sure why. Maybe it's due to the GPU again. Not sure. But I eventually just saw that there's no ray tracing, and then I uninstalled War Thunder to make way for other games. Mobile Legends, yes. So Mobile Legends is another weird game. So as you can see, we only have high frame rate, high graphical quality, nothing else. I tried to press the question mark button here to appeal for more settings and whatnot. That didn't work. So again, I just uninstalled Mobile Legends to make way for other games. Fortnite is something that I have to min-max quite a lot to get it running, but as you can see, it just doesn't work. Do I have any other screenshots? No. Yeah, I have to actually go through this. Imagine this. Insufficient storage. I have to clear up 1 megabyte for Wuthering Waves to update and actually run on this phone. Yeah, if you're buying this phone, please do not get the 128 gigs version. So yeah, that's the gaming test of the new Google Pixel 9 with the Tensor G4 processor chipset. This phone, again, it is not advertised for gaming at all, but if you do want to use it to play some games, actually it works well right now for some games. For example, COD Mobile works really well. COD Warzone also works kind of well. Wuthering Waves actually very good. Zenless Zone 0 and Genshin Impact, not that much, because I think it still needs some optimization either from the game or from Google themselves in terms of driver updates. This chip It's not meant for gaming. I have to mention it once more. Google is making the Tensor G4 to be optimized for AI purposes, and we will also talk about it in our full review. So if you want to watch that video, link is down in the description below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Honestly speaking, this design kinda slaps. Do remember to like and subscribe, and remember to watch our full review. That will really help us out a lot. So yeah, we'll see you there. Goodbye.